Hey, it's Jay. Thanks for tuning in, man. Um, Dropping another video for you all, man. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Leave a comment. Let me know your take. Let me know your thoughts, man. Right? So, firstly, man, I just want to say it's a good thing that that Dubois is making his debut in the US at a young age. The guy's only 23. Exciting fighter, WBA interim champion, if I'm not mistaken. He's only had the one loss, man. A guy with plenty of potential, to challenge great fighters. Obviously, he fell short against Joyce. But let's just say that's a learning curve for him, Joyce has had a long amateur career. So, as well as being a silver medalist, a lot of people think he was robbed of the gold. So, he was fighting a great fighter, and he fell short. But just because he fell short, man, that doesn't mean that he's not good enough to debut as a main event. I mean, to be on an undercard against another American, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he's challenging an American. It may have been something that he should have reconsidered. He should have fought a guy like Trevor Bryan, or maybe someone a higher opponent like Andy Ruiz as a debut. You know what I mean? But I understand he wants to get his confidence back. He did lose against Joyce, so I believe he just wants to get his routine back. He wants to get his confidence back. But to be on an undercard in a fight, I mean, a YouTuber is a disgrace. That's a disgrace. Like, Chisora, he was on an undercard of two lightweights or whatever. And he says, you know what, man, I ain't going to fight if you're not going to make me as the main event. Dubois should have done the same, He deserves credit being at the top at a young age. Most of his wins came by knockout. And believe it or not, he was the favourite against Joyce, So he's a sort of guy that's entertaining to the crowd. So Jake Paul, a YouTuber, he's got no wins? It's a disgrace, And it's pay-per-view. That's what I don't understand. How could it be pay-per-view if it's a YouTuber, not even a boxer? And he's not even fighting another boxer. He's fighting I think he's from the UFC or something like that. Oh, yeah, UFC. Woodley. Man, I can't believe that it's a pay-per-view fight. I can't believe that a guy like Dubois, ranked high, in the heavyweight division, is allowing a YouTuber to be the main event. That's shocking. That's shocking. I mentioned this, pay-per-view buyers, the mecca of boxing is in the US, man. You can sell a ticket for $100 and all that. But surely he could have fought someone else and he could have been the main event and put maybe those other guys on the undercard. You know what I mean? It's not right. I believe that the whole event isn't pay-per-view worthy. I believe that the guy that Dubois is fighting isn't a higher ranked opponent. So if the guy that Dubois is fighting is not highly ranked, it shouldn't be a pay-per-view, and that's the end of it, man. You can't put a YouTuber and a guy that's not a boxer as a main event and call it a pay-per-view fight and call it a boxing match. I mean, that's a disgrace. Both of these guys aren't boxers. Come on, man. What's going on with that? I don't understand the logic of that at all. And it's as a boxing fan, man, it's just wrong. You know, it just shows how much fights have happened in the US. You know, how many main events in the heavyweight division or that's happened in the US. You know, based on this. You know, if Dubois had beaten Joyce, it would have been, you know, it would have been a no-brainer. You know, he would have been a mandatory challenger, and there's no way a mandatory challenger would fight in the undercard. You know what I'm saying? So, what's happening with the sport, man? What's happening with the sport? I don't understand it. This is by far probably the worst events I've seen as a pay-per-view. The Mayweather one I could understand, but I couldn't understand it, you know, because I already knew that he was going to beat Jake Paul. You know, it shouldn't be a pay-per-view fight. But I get it, you know, they're after the money. What I don't get is people buying into it. I'm definitely not going to buy into it. That's a fact. I mean, sure, you got YouTube followers, you got followers on with the UFC that's going to tune into your fight, but the whole world, I mean, if people are buying pay-per-view fights based on watching a YouTuber against a UFC fighter in a boxing match, man, you might as well get Vince McMahon to promote the fight. You know, it's obviously a fake fight. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a rehearsed fight, if they try to make it interesting. These guys are both not boxers. You know, this is a joke. This is a disgrace. And I'm disappointed in the outcome, man. You know, I really am. Let me know your take, man. I'm definitely not going to buy into it. I don't believe it should be pay-per-view, man, but let me know what you think. Thanks for tuning in again, man. Drop a comment. Take care, man. Have a great one. God bless.